I think one of the most important things that we're doing is that we're picking up the phone and we're calling our customers. Some of our customers are going crazy and you can only reach them through text, but in that case, we're texting them. But we're actually letting them know that we're there for them. We're letting them know that if you need us, reach out to us. If you're having a problem after hours, give our support team a call. There is no after hours in IT. Just because we may not be able to drive out to you after 8 p.m. doesn't mean that we're not going to be there to answer the phone to help your staff that's working remotely. I'm Scott Fcasni. I'm the president of our Shock I.T support division. We do IT support and managed services for the whole greater Philadelphia region.
Scott, here's a question for you. A lot of businesses have been impacted, in a negative way. A lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people are scared. A lot of business owners are taking a tough beat right now, scrambling, trying to figure things out. How's Shock been impacted during these times? Are you feeling the same thing?
We're not feeling it that much at all. I think this is when IT companies are made for this type of situation to help you no matter where you are, where you have to work, what you have to get done. We help find the technology to make sure you're able to work from home, get it done quickly. We've actually grown quite a bit during this time. A lot of customers that either had no IT support previously or perhaps just didn't have good IT support previously are looking for people to kind of help them and navigate the waters.
Well, I guess part of it is people now are transitioning to work home models, and a lot of companies weren't prepared for that. They didn't see it coming so rapidly. We've been set up for over 2 years now. Full transparency, Scott's my partner in the Shock I.T business. Scott actually runs the day-to-day operations. Most people don't know that. He leads our team. We actually are going to be Inc. 500. Congratulations to Scott and his leadership for that. So I'll make sure I make that clear. It's your leadership that got us there, Scott. From 3 employees 3 years ago to over 50 now. But even though we haven't been impacted, we're growing. You're not seeing as many leads. I don't see the leads every day, but I can't imagine you see as many leads as you did 30, 45 days ago. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's definitely accurate. We probably had a 70% drop in leads versus where we were a couple months ago. They're still coming in. The ones that were coming in, they were coming in a lot faster when this thing first started because everybody wanted to very quickly gain access to their office remotely if they didn't have that set up already. But there's definitely been a drop across the board in leads.
So we weren't impacted with people canceling. It's just a lead volume, which makes sense. Are you seeing a lot of people struggling? I know we represent a lot of biopharm companies, a lot of legal law firms, a lot of different small, mid-sized business plus big ones. Are you seeing a lot of people struggling and working from home in this environment, Scott?
For sure. I'm seeing a lot of businesses struggling too, especially the ones that were mandated to shut down completely. Perhaps some of those medical offices that are considered to not be required to work at this time, maybe some elective surgeries. But I'm seeing a lot of companies struggle that didn't have any plans set up to allow people to work from home ever. A lot of our clients would only work 9 to 5. People wouldn't check their emails from home after hours, which blows my mind. People wouldn't do anything after hours. Before 9 a.m., you can't reach them on the phone or email, and after 5 p.m., you couldn't. So those companies, I think, are having the most difficult time adjusting. The companies that were always available after hours, before hours, they're having a lot less hard time getting adjusted because they're used to being able to work from outside of the office.
So Scott, a question I'm going to ask a lot is, people are asking me, Lance, how are you tracking it? Over 100 and some employees. Lance, how are you tracking everyone? How are you tracking work? And I just started laughing because, you and CJ figured that out probably 2-3 years ago, where we know where every single person, what they're doing every day. We track their laptops. And you should, just to protect your own business, you have to, right, from a legal standpoint. You don't want people out there doing things. And that's really where we came from doing it was, hey, listen, we need to know, from a legal standpoint, someone's not doing something with our brand to hurt one of our companies and doing something they shouldn't be doing. But also from a leadership perspective, when people are working remotely and we have tasks that get done to our clients, we got to make sure they're getting done daily. And we had that deployed for years now. Is it a hard undertaking to do something like that and be able to set up? That's the number one question I'm getting at people reaching out to me about the IT information.
Yeah, being able to track what your employees are doing. On the IT side of our company, for our own internal staff, it's actually really straightforward and simple because we have a ticket-based system. It tracks when you reply back to a customer, when you remote access into a customer to help them. It tracks the time you were on the phone, the time you got off the phone, what you did, what scripts you ran, what software you installed. But for our clients, there's so many great pieces of software out there that we're deploying already that can track every single move that the employees make, not necessarily so you can micromanage them, but to help make sure that they're actually doing the work that they're telling you that they're doing. Some of our clients are struggling because they bought brand new company laptops for their staff, and we can see on our portal that they're not even using their laptops. They're doing everything through their phones, but yet you can't do all of your work through your phone. So if it wasn't for the software monitoring their laptop, they would have never known that their staff isn't logging in and really doing everything the way they're supposed to be doing it.
I know you manage hundreds of clients. I know you're helping them work remotely now. Is that something that they're saying to you, hey, we see people just aren't working as efficiently from home, or are they working more efficiently from home, or somewhere in between based on the human being?
For sure. I think that we're definitely hearing it a lot now. We're definitely hearing from business owners and business and managers inside of these organizations. They're asking us to say, hey, can you double check or can you provide us the software so that we're able to better track and manage what our staff is doing during the day? We have concerns about XYZ employees or XYZ group. And sometimes it might just be because there's not enough phone calls coming into those clients. Maybe they don't have work that can be done. I'm not sure, but we are definitely getting more and more questions every single day that are leading us to believe business owners and managers are not seeing the productivity they're expecting out of their staff.
Scott, we're an essential company. We are told to be in the field. We have to keep businesses up and running that need us. We have government contracts. We have other contracts out there. And, I have the utmost respect for every one of our employees that are going out to these clients right now in these times because people are scared. I can tell you I'm scared. I hear people saying, oh, is it BS? Is that me and you don't think it's BS. We know people now, right? It's hit home for us, right? So here's a question for you. What is our team doing? Are they wearing masks out in the field? Are they taking extra precautions out there, Scott, when they're going out to these job sites?
Yeah, our teams are definitely being extra cautious. On the IT side of our company, we're making sure that we're doing everything possible remotely first prior to having to send a tech on site. This might mean doing a FaceTime over the phone or doing a Zoom meeting like we're doing now. It can be anything in order to make sure that we don't have to go on site unless we really need to. When our employees are going on site, our employees are encouraged to wear protection for their face and also abide by all the CDC social distancing guidelines. We even call our clients ahead of time and say, hey, we just want to make sure before we come out to the server room that it will indeed just be our employee going into that server room. Can you please leave the key out? Can you please give us direct access to the server room? We used to be able to go after hours for this kind of work, but with the state of New Jersey recommending that everyone is in by 8 p.m., even the more essential businesses like us, we're trying to do it all, we are doing it all before 8 p.m. to help make sure that we're also making sure we stay far apart.
Scott, what are you doing to talk to your customers to tell them about that? Hey, listen, we got to come out. What are you doing to stay in front of your customers right now to talk to them? I know
right now, I think one of the most important things that we're doing is that we're picking up the phone and we're calling our customers. Some of our customers are going crazy and you can only reach them through text, but in that case, we're texting them. But we're actually letting them know that we're there for them. We're letting them know that if you need us, reach out to us. If you're having a problem after hours, give our support team a call. There is no after hours in IT. Just because we may not be able to drive out to you after 8 p.m. doesn't mean that we're not going to be there to answer the phone and help your staff that's working remotely. But to answer your question, really it's just picking up the phone and being an open line of communication with all of our customers.
Scott, we're working on our businesses constantly. You built Shock incredibly over the last 3 years. I know you have no plans on stopping. You want to grow even further. You're now considered one of the biggest leaders in our Philadelphia area communities and what you've done and accomplished in a short amount of time. what are you working on now to move our business forward? What are you, I mean, I know I'm working on the digital marketing side, so at least
Yep.
I better be, right? You know, what are you working on? What are you working on daily? I think people want to know what that, because other IT companies are looking to you to see, hey, what are we doing? And other businesses. What's Scott Fcasni working on right now, this week, to move Shock forward?
A lot of things that we're working on now is additional standard operating procedures to help make sure that when somebody wants a new computer set up, we're making sure that our new computer setup checkoff list is perfect, exactly where it needs to be. If someone needs to get remote access to a particular company, we're making sure that the checkbox list is there. If a company is requesting remote access, we're asking the important questions. Are they bringing their own device? Or are you providing them a company laptop? If they are bringing their own device, we're making sure that we have the next set of questions listed there, such as if they're bringing their own personal laptop, is that laptop protected? But we're really just going through and ironing out all of our standard operating procedures, all of our checklists, all of our questionnaires to make sure that we're not missing any steps. I think now is a great time to go through those processes. I would say originally we're going to do it during a slow time, but there is no slow time right now. Everyone needs us now more than ever, but we're making the time to help get those checklists done.
Scott, you know, you're stuck, you're quarantined for the most part, except for when you have to go out, just like the rest of our staff. Do you find yourself working now more than you were when we were going to the office every day?
I find myself working a lot more now. It used to be a little bit easier to separate work from home life, but it's harder when you're home all day long. The way we're doing it at our house is as long as the office door is closed, the kids know not to come in or to at least knock quietly before they come in. But there's no longer a separation of daddy's at work. At this point, it's daddy could be at work, daddy could be outside playing baseball, and running back inside and doing work at 7:30 at night. I think we're definitely doing a lot. I'm definitely doing a lot more work now than we were when things were more status quo.
Well, Scott, thank you for being on the Den. Everybody, you heard it from Scott first. Move your business forward. He's working on his standard operating procedures, making Shock better. Scott, thank you so much. The Digital Lion is out. I appreciate everybody.
Whether it's a small mom and pop company or perhaps even a larger company, is take the opportunity to reach out to your vendors. I've been talking to a lot of different IT company owners of all different sizes, and a lot of them have been reaching out to vendors for the first time. They've been using these vendors for years, but they've been reaching out for the first time in months and months to their vendors, asking them questions. Make sure that you grow that relationship now and stick with it in case you need them in the future. The vendors that we use in the IT space, perhaps the antivirus vendors we use, the management vendors, security vendors, backup vendors, they're all willing to lend a helping hand. If there's a company out there that's struggling, they're going to help support that company that's struggling through you. You're going to be the face of that. For the small company that's asking for advice, if you're having IT troubles and you're struggling, just take a deep breath and try to figure out exactly what your real needs are remotely and focus on just those real needs at first. Hopefully it's not something simple like how to gain access to email. Your IT company should have definitely taken care of that. But perhaps in the past you were using QuickBooks and QuickBooks doesn't work very well through VPN. Maybe now is a great opportunity to move to an online version. Definitely leverage the capacity.